G'day, Matthew Phillips here from Prodigy Instruments. I thought I'd take the opportunity to talk to you about our 10mm metal syringe. This is an applicator that we've had in the range since the very beginning when we started, and it carries on the tradition from my grandfather, who also had a 10mm metal syringe, because it was synonymous for being used as robust, strong, sturdy and dependable, and particularly through the colder months when vaccines become a little bit cold and thick, but also with suspension type vaccines. So I'll just run through some of the benefits and features of the applicator for you. Okay, so what's in the box? So the applicator comes in a sturdy box with the viewing window. Being a metal instrument, we like to put it in the box because it keeps it a bit more protected. So we have the applicator, which is here. It comes with a feed tube and a draw-off cap, so the spike for going into your vaccine bottle. Although most vaccines probably come with a spike. We've got the accessory tool, so a little spanner to help you service the applicator, and the all-important leaflet. So when all else fails, read the leaflet. So I'll now just go into each of the components in the box for you. Okay, so the feed tube is pretty standard, so it's a standard feed tube with a 20mm spike, so it fits for most of your vaccine packs. And it's a small diameter tube, so it's going to have the least amount of fluid in the tube, and then that connects onto the back of the applicator. So the applicator comes with the 4mm and 6mm barbs, so it's made to take your vaccine tubes that you might get in the pack, or this one that we supply with it. So that's what's there. Leaflet we'll put aside because you've already read that. Some of the key features are the adjustable dose adjuster system here. So it allows you to adjust the spring pressure on the return of the lever. So if you've got a really thick product, you can wind this nut down so it tightens that spring, so it's going to allow you to pull that fluid into the cylinder. We have the adjustable technology here on the dose selector, so undo the lock nut, squeeze the piston forward to line it with the dose graduations on the cylinder. So in this case, you line it up to the O-ring onto the graduation. Tighten up the dose adjuster, then tighten up the lock nut, and there you go, it's set. It's not going to come loose. We also have, in this particular case, the easy off nut on the front. So the easy off nut is great when using your Prodigy needles. So the needle comes into the front of that groove sideways. So you just undo the nut a little bit. The needle goes into the side of the slot, and then you pull that back onto the front of the mount. So that's now locked in place. The beauty of the easy off nut is now as I undo that nut, it's going to push the needle off if I need to replace that needle. So I just undo that nut and it pushes the needle off the mount. So that's why we call it an easy off, because it's easy to get the needles off. The other key attribute about the applicator is the easy accessibility of the valve. So I can get to the front valve very easily, take the needle mount off, got the valve in here so I can get to that and I can clean it. It's also high flow, so I'm going to get good flow of thick products through the applicator. To do the inlet valve here, what I do is I release the lock nut on the dose adjuster, unscrew the dose adjuster, and I let the piston come all the way back. And then the body plug, I unscrew the body plug. And I can pull the push rod out. The spanner that comes with the kit then goes into the front of that piston. I undo the piston and I can get to the valve inside to clean it if need be. So that's one of the beauties of this metal applicator. Everything is accessible. I can even take the cylinder out if I want to clean it. So cylinder just comes out to clean it. So everything is completely accessible, easy to access, and that makes it a superior product if you need an applicator for doing injection work around your farm. that you want to be able to then go and do some cleaning and that and maintenance, you can get to it. And the other beauty is that you can get spare parts kits for these applicators as well. Okay, so just to recap on the 10mm metal syringe, this is a fully metal applicator. So it's going to be durable. It's going to last around the farm for years. It's ergonomic in design. Being a variable applicator, I can wind the dose down. So it's 10mm maximum capacity, but then I can wind it down in 1mm increments all the way down. It's easy to access the valves for the inlet valve and the delivery valve, which is so important for cleaning. Spare parts kits are available, and the easy off nut makes it very simple to be able to put a needle on and remove a needle. It doesn't get jammed on the front of the applicator. So you can find the applicator in most stores, or go to our website if you need some information on finding a distributor. And then we also have videos online if you wish to have a look and see some of the things I've demonstrated today. So thanks very much for watching, and get out there, buy a 10mm metal syringe. It's going to make your life a lot easier, particularly with these thicker suspension type vaccines. And I think you'll notice a difference when doing that yard work. So thank you very much.